Thanks for staying with us. All right, so we still have our Dr. Abasi here. I have a question for him, Carol. She says that some men struggle to sexually satisfy their wives, yet this doctor is encouraging men to take on multiple women. This is deeply unfair, as many married women are left feeling unfulfilled, leading some to even resort to adultery or using sex toys to meet their needs. This happens.
Absolutely, honestly, and that's one of the mantra of Heritage Men's Clinic is we are not encouraging just sex. We're talking about love making. Because women complain if a man is a 2-minute man. That's one of the things we fix. Women complain if a man is not getting erection in the morning. Because those are the one early signs that you should be looking for. If your man wakes up and his man who doesn't get up, that's a problem for cardiovascular. So yes, we are strongly, at Heritage, we're strongly against a man that is unable to satisfy his woman. Yes, I'm advocating the 21 times because it benefits, but it's not all men that will be able to do that. Our own job is to be able to make sure that your man can actually do love making with you. Women are like oven. You need to be pre-heat for you to enjoy sex. Men are like microwave. We get turned on easily. So there is a natural discrepancy, and that's what Heritage is trying to fix.
Okay, so I'm going to blame you and your men counterpart. So every time we hear women, they will say, check for breast cancer, check. I'm just finding out that lack of morning erection is the cardiovascular.
Absolutely.
I've never heard of it. So why are you people not doing the campaign for that? As much as women, we talk about cervical cancer, I do an awareness every 3 years. I'm due next year. We do our breast cancer checks. I know how to do it. Every young girl knows what to do once they approach a certain age. We check. But we don't hear men.
No.
How often do men come in for, is there a particular kind of test, that they do for a diagnosis as regards men's health, and then how often should men be doing this?
No, fantastic question, honestly. So we live in a very conservative society. Talking about sex is still considered taboo. So when you're asking men, when they come into my clinic, the sign is there. It's like, do you wake up like this, or this? C is a full erection. And we tell them, if you are not waking up with a full erection, you're already having cardiac problem. That's not Dr. Abasi. This has been proven.
So this erection,
yes.
Up to what age? If you are 80,
fantastic.
Are you supposed to?
My oldest patient is 92. He has a 4-year-old daughter, DNA proven. This is not somebody that swapped.
Not by IVF.
Not by IVF. So, ability for a man to wake up with an erection has nothing to do with age. It's all about blood flow. If your heart is pumping, some men woke up today, they're talking, they're alive, but they cannot raise their left hand because there's stroke, no blood flow. If I wake up and this guy doesn't wake up, there's problem.
He said this guy.
The guy.
Not say.
There's problem. So we have to get out of the conservative.
I have a caller.
Okay, you have a caller. I have a question.
This your show is preparing your body like this. A day from London. Thanks for calling.
Ladies, good morning. I'm enjoying that, doctor.
I'm sure you are.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah. I have a question for the doctor. My question is that, what are the fates of the Catholic priest who doesn't get married?
Thank you very much, sir.
Excellent question. And they
live long.
They live long.
Wait now. They did a study. They also considered nuns. They look at nuns. And they were looking at 80,000 nuns. And they looked at the people that were sexually active. This has to do with women. Because the nuns that have never had sex at all, they had the highest risk of breast cancer, ovarian cancer, and cervical cancer. So for the men, we're looking at how to even access them. Because whether you believe it or not, why are the Catholic churches settling? Because all these people are doing things behind the door. Honestly, that is just the truth. So let's get out of the old society, the conservative thing, because we need to really face the reality. Your question earlier was about your daughter and your son and saying, look, we tell them in church, stay, abstain, do this, do that. They looked at sexually active young girls. Their risk of breast cancer is almost 0. What you and I should be paying attention to is, when is my daughter starting her menses? If she starts her menses before the age of 12, you are carrying 30% risk of breast cancer, whether you are there or not. And the same thing goes for your son. If your son is not getting rid of his DHT, trust me, I'm not wishing it on him, but it's going to develop enlargement of the prostate.
All right, so
societies.
I have a question.
Wait.
Let me ask you. I wanted to ask, because I hear all this.
Yes.
I am 80-90% in agreement with you. I can't argue with you. But in this day and age of sexually transmitted diseases,
excellent question. Yeah.
You are telling men to go out and have sex. They will go and catch
what they should not catch.
Yes. Yes. No, I agree with you, and that's where we talked about society awareness and all that. So at Heritage Men's Clinic, we treat STIs, and we let people know that we let people know that we let people know that the condom is not even 100% protected, but we advise it. But the other part of the society you and I are not talking about, some men, because I do advocacy in other countries, they are telling us that the cost of condom is even too expensive compared to what they're going to pay the Olosho or pay the girl. So we have a bigger problem.
We have me, I know that one. Please go ahead. I don't mind.
So we have a bigger problem on our hands. But the truth of the matter is, even the girl, whether contracted or not, she does not want to carry diseases. So the men themselves, they are not going into the rain without raincoat. We advocate, we tell them. So when they come in, STI is part of what we do.
Yeah.
We check it. Because there are certain STIs that you and I may have and we do not even know.
And let me take this call. Precious has been holding for a while. Good morning, Precious. You're live. Hello, Precious. I think we lost that call. Yes, talk by. Okay.
It's almost as if, the devil has come to take over society.
Exactly. You're like the agent of the enemy.
When
on the pit of hell.
Ancestors, even in the ancient books, the Bible, the Quran, age of marriage was quite young.
Yes.
We will go and put it at 18. Now you say 18 old.
Yes.
You say they should start more. Are you going to advocate premarital sex? Are we going to advocate extramarital sex? Are we going to advocate everything against structure?
Solution.
Because structure is what marriage and society has put on ground. Such that bastards are not flying everywhere. So that
diseases,
children are not misplaced. Bomb over for should carry the one for the wrong and give the wrong. You know.
Yes.
So that there's a structural society, things are done normally. Yes. Now we bring this solution, scientific researches, there are gays, there's everything. It's like
it's confusion.
It's the end time.
No. Look, this is a legit question, and yes, you take me to the moral angle. Unfortunately, I'm not a pastor, I'm not an imam. But let me tell you the other angle that we look at these things from. When my grandparents got married at 16, 17, and she was considered old, what did the society do now? Look, I'm a feminist. I want my daughter to get PhD before she even looks at a man. But I also know the risk that the older she gets, her hair reserve is gone down. Men make sperm every day. Women only have one fertility day a month. And yet I want to be a grandfather. I want her to get a PhD before she even says hi to any guy. I have to pick. You have to pick one.
Okay, let me take Sarah. I'll come to you for a second. Sarah has been holding for a while. Good morning, Sarah. Go ahead, okay.
All right, so I love that we're talking based on fact. Yes. I want to be sure that I hear you correctly, because whenever we talk about sex or we talk about relationship, we put the burden on a woman being humble, a woman allowing her husband to go out, and we never look at the perspective of the woman. When we talk about infertility, historically, they put the responsibility and the burden on the woman, knowing scientifically that about 50% of cases of infertility is caused by men. So your statement that you went viral with was the fact that prostate cancer will reduce if men do 21 times.
Yes.
But you also now said that women also would have less risk of breast cancer. Please, I want you to expatiate on that statistically. What would make a woman have less breast cancer?
Fantastic. More sex. Hear me again. More sex. It's unfair that our society that our society blames infertility on women. It's unfair. We don't preach that because we know it's 50-50. And it's getting worse that even more men are even doing it. We don't have time for that show here. In Lagos, most men drink only bottled water. Bottled water decreases your sperm motility. That's for another conversation. Yes, to your point. So what is it that women need to do to reduce breast cancer is have more sex, and don't settle for a 2-minute man guy. Settle for a guy that will get you to reach orgasm. When women reach orgasm, she releases more oxytocin. Oxytocin will short your chance of breast cancer. Quote me and quote Harvard Review. So more sex.
What are women who are not having sex at all?
Good. That's the study about the nulliparity. The risk actually goes up in terms of reproductive cancers. Breast cancer, ovarian cancer, cervical.
Right,
or
so
for women who has not had any child.
Let me bring in another, still within the balancing act.
Wait, I don't want to lose this caller again. Bella, okay. Hold it for a second. Bella, are you there?
I'm there.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Thank you very much. I have in addition to what the doctor is saying. There is no how a man will just live without having sex for a long time that he will feel fine. And even in women who are sexually active, they are more healthy, they look more beautiful than the ones that are not having it for some time. And another thing, I want to stop it this morning. What we eat will determine what comes out of a man. For example, the seasoning cubes you people are using now usually decrease the sexual activity of many individuals. Let's say somebody that is taking this magic or whatever you call it. It depresses the sexual center in the brain. That is why young people from the age of maybe 30 or 40 or thereabout, most of them cannot perform. That's because maybe the wife is adding up to 4 or 5 magic cubes in her soup.
Okay, thank you very much, Bella. Unfortunately, I didn't hear you, but Nima seemed to have heard a bit of what you said.
No, he was supporting the doctor.
Okay.
So another question I have,
yes.
Because based on what you're saying, you mentioned that men, the pheromone, is pheromone only men have pheromones?
No, so women have...
I actually know the answer to the question. So because the way you said it was the fact that they will lose attraction. And the truth is, it happens in both ways. Society puts pressure on a woman to look slim, but we're not talking about the men also losing their belly fat. We're not talking enough about the fact that the focus is on men, make money. Women can be sexy and they will follow you no matter how big your tummy is. Can we share data as regards women also losing interest and the impact of women going outside? And
excellent question. So let's talk about which society you're talking about. So in medicine, when a patient comes in, we say, who's my host? So Ghanaian men do not want slim girls. They send them to factory to get them fat. So yes, Nigeria and Western world might say, look, I want lepa. They want a slim girl. Yes. So the traditional men still want a woman that has everything. Right? So it's all about what are we really talking about? Yeah, what are you asking and what exactly do we want? Women also have pheromones. So women also lose that attractiveness. But hey, let's be honest. When a woman has a child, the man's role becomes number 2. It's no longer number 1. You can argue. Because women, the maternal instinct kick in and your focus is now on that child. Okay. God bless you, you have the second one. The man becomes number 3, number 4. Right. So not always. Of course, there will be exceptions.
In most cases.
In most cases. So out of that, we have given you 5 days of menses. So the man is only entitled to 25 days of sexual activity. And you have to deal with the kids. So you get another extra day of headache, I'm tired and all that. The man is not getting it. And then you have to ask yourself, Emak Padadi, this man needs to live long. Okay, so
sir, you are already going to the men's side again.
No.
I was expecting that since we have established...
You see, why I want to agree with him...
We have established that the activity favors both men and women. But when he is giving example, he keeps using men. Not women. So if we are put...
Doctor, listen to what he said. Wait. Nima, listen to what he said. He said, when a woman has a child, the man, her attention goes to the child. Look,
she too has needs.
Yes, I'm saying, listen, the woman will be thinking more of her children than of the man. But that is why, let me finish now. When the woman, look at me, my daughter is going to have a baby. I will run there. I will leave my man for 2 months.
Me, I will not.
I will say I'm doing Omugo. And that's you. But tell me, at least 80-90% of women, listen, will go and meet their grandchildren, will go and meet their children. That is why when the child will buy ticket for the mother, the father will be at home. Okay.
That's wrong.
I'm saying because of that biological
attachments
between women and children.
Women can live that sexual need part-time. We have it. But some women, most women, not even some, can live it. I have an auntie. and middle-age crisis happened, and her sexual need went up.
Yes.
I wanted to help you.
Yes.
Went up, and she confided in me that it's no longer sufficient what she married.
Yes. Yes.
That, you know, what are the solutions that I can have, that I can get for her? And fortunately, the husband too confided and said he needs help. So this is a couple trying to do. So what can you do for such a couple, sir?
No, fantastic. And that they are actually progressive. We're looking for people like that because it's very tough for a woman to come out and say that. Women by nature, when they're engaging in sex and all that, it's more of emotional and an expression of love. For men, it's not an expression of love. It's a physiological, physical need. So if you find your man knocking a maid or anything, he's not in love with that maid. He has to respond to that. But we also understand that, look, it's unfair to women on many levels. But let's look at the coin side of it. The amount of stress that the men are going through and the women diverting our attention to the kids suppresses our own sexual need. It doesn't mean that she's dead. But now our attention to taking care of the kids actually reduces our urge. Traditionally, we're in a society where you are not the one chasing your husband. He is the one supposed to chase you. So if you are chasing your husband, more blessing.
Let me go somewhere, because there's the issue of masturbation.
Yes.
And so is it scientifically proven? Because there are some men who I know that are men of God, and I'm almost certain that they're not having extramarital affairs. Now, in your case, you're saying that it's either they are having the pornography, masturbation, or they're doing outside. So if we are clear that our pastors, our ministers are probably not having extramarital, is there a possibility that they might be hooked on pornography or hooked on masturbation? Because now there's a moral burden for society in that. Because how do we help those people who cannot openly go and have extramarital affairs because of the kind of position they are in? How can they help these people to have 21 times? Because there's a possibility that sister is praying and there's no way she can be available for 21 times. So how do we help those kind of men in that situation?
Look, I wish I have an answer for you. Honestly, that's the hypocrisy of our society. Not only in Nigeria. I have them in my US clinic. So we know that they're engaged and they're becoming addicted to pornography and masturbation. And we know they're men of God, but our own job is to keep their secret. So our own issue is, yes, you go to church. You are not going to church because of the man. You are going to church because of your own faith. Right? So we all have to worship God in the way we know best, not necessarily because of the person leading us. But that is the reality of it. They are either doing something or we have the data that tells us otherwise.
So I have this. Let me put this out there, and I think it's extremely important because we are not trying to point finger. That's why I was attacking. I was trying to cut you from leaning in your side, which is to lean on the women. The men need it, because as a woman, I know women need it. We have conversations amongst ourselves as women, and a lot of the conversation includes the fact that the women want, the men are not giving. Yes. The men are not giving. But we're not talking about it outside. It is private conversation. Do extra. You are now, what is now going viral is men need 21. I think what we should be saying and changing the narrative is to say, when a man wants some, he will tell his wife, I want you to prevent breast cancer. Let's go. And even if the woman is telling you, I want to take care of baby, I want to breastfeed, you say breast cancer, cervical cancer, let's do. Yeah. Same way, if your husband doesn't want to do, rement your husband. No, I'm supporting. You didn't let me land. I said I'm supporting that the women are able to say, for your prostrates, let's do. So we are able to help one another.
I'm ready to jump on your advocacy, honestly. Yes, we need that. We need that. But we also have increasing number of women that will ask their husband, is it food? When the man is asking for more sex, is it food? Physiologically, it is. Physiologically, it is.
Food, though.
You and I eat for well-being. A man needs that sexual activity for well-being. Yes, but it is food.
You see, Tokpe is very... You have to understand Tokpe. Tokpe is a very highly virile young woman.
Yes.
And she needs it, so she doesn't want to hear food. Instead of going outside for that 21 days.
Let's do it together.
I'm here for you.
3 in 1 day.
Yes.
Have a caller.
Yes.
Have a caller.
It's only this year you didn't go in November. You will leave Mr. Man. For all this while, you think you are viral.
No.
It's yourself you are thinking of.
No, it's a lie. I take care of him before I go. I take care of him when I come back.
When you are gone for 2-3 weeks.
Take our caller, please.
When he's gone for 2-3 weeks, you are gone for 2-3 weeks. In
fact, I'm tired of this. Florence. It's not 10 o'clock yet. Florence, are you there? Thanks for calling. You're live. I think I lost that caller.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm happy to be here this morning.
Yes.
Hello?
We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hello?
Okay.
Okay.
Listen to the TV.
Okay, thank you. Good morning. I just want to say, that the doctor is not stating his point from a balanced view. And I want to start by asking if he's married. Is he still married? If he's married, is he still married? Does he have children? Does he think about the implication of what he's discussing now? How does he think that his wife and children are feeling about
somebody's father? Thank you, Florence. Thank you, point taken. Somebody's father. Yeah, go ahead.
No. I'm married, and I'm happily married, and my wife and I discussed this. When the first video came out, this is actually my second video. The first video was the one about 21 times. She picked me up at the airport, and she's like, what's this? So we have to explain. But the issue is reality. When you're presenting fact, present fact. I need to get my 21 times is a matter of healthy living.
So the question Nigerians want to ask is that, are you getting your 21 times?
I'm trying.
At home? With home?
Oh, you are not even getting it?
Yes, now, it's difficult. I'm trying.
So, but is it with mommy or is it your wife?
Mommy is trying. Mommy cannot give me 21 times. That's the
so you're acknowledging that you have side chicks?
See, I made that open.
Wow.
That is not, look, it's a matter...
Don't be clapping for nonsense, YK. You're 62 years old, don't be clapping for nonsense.
Let me tell you something. Honesty is the best policy. So here he is honest. There will be no problem in his marriage.
The truth shall set you free.
Yes.
Dr. Lima is
the problem of Nigeria. We are always lying. Government will lie. Human being will lie.
Can I go back to the guest? Nima, 1 second, please. I'll come to... Okay, let me let you ask us.
So this 21 times.
Yes.
Does it have to be... There's something we call in law, egress.
Okay.
Does it have to be only that method that solves the 21 times, or there are other means?
Method, what is that?
Somebody can be tired but be able to find other means, as using his wife, as opposed to other means.
Yes, yes. Especially because this day and age, sexual activity or love making does not limit you only to penetration. So whatever can make the man ejaculate, and the reason why it was supported in this study is the prostate. There's a theory called stagnation. If the prostate doesn't flush itself out, if you don't clean the gutters, the toxins stay behind. So yes, if my madam can do it with a hand job, God bless her. 21 is 21. Phone? God bless her. 21 is 21.
Does it have to be 21?
Excellent. You see, why is feeling guilty because she's not delivering for 21.
So they gave us...
Why is not delivering for 21? Now she's looking for...
The researchers gave us the option that yes, if you're not getting your 21, it doesn't mean that you're actually dying. That is a target goal for you. So if madam can give you 18, hey, sweeten her up, so next month she might give you more than 21. Yes, ma'am.
Informing our Senate, because sitting here, you've talked about early marriage.
Yes.
Sitting here, you've talked about extra solutions.
Solutions, yes.
And we have our Marriage Act saying one man, one wife. It's bigamy to have a side chick. You know, it's grounds for divorce.
Yes.
It's bigamy to have an extra wife. Yes. Oyibo people brought it, we adopted it. We know it's not our culture.
Not in Lagos State.
You know why our ancestors had what was working for them.
Yes.
We never thought to research that. So we adopted what Oyibo brought. Now, we're sitting here, and it's looking like everything that we legislated on is anti our health. So why are you not talking to these lawmakers so that we will have our own solutions? Because people don't agree that in the US, they still have their marriage age less than 18.
Yes. Yes.
With the consent and support of their elders.
Yes.
They have it from 14 to 16 in some states.
Absolutely.
In the US. Yeah. And people don't legislate that. But when we want to copy Igbo, that part we copy. That's for one side.
Yes.
Then, you know, we don't forgive extramarital affairs here.
Yeah.
It broke my heart.
Yes.
It can't come my heart. You know, so what awareness are you bringing so that women relax on this? This is not a matter that should break the camel's back, you know?
Nima, I can't believe you can say that. But let me let you.
That's a good point. And I'm trying my best, honestly. A couple of them that are my patients, I bring it up to them. But we still live in a closed society. Honestly, think about it's the problem. Think about the reaction just talking about sex. And this thing should be open. And then we allow Western world to dump everything on us. They took away the polygamy. They gave us one man, one woman. They're now throwing out LGBTQ. All these things are going to mess. So we need to be careful, and we need more legislative things to change. Honestly.
Sir, she said something.
Yes.
And I could see your expression lightened up. That women, it shouldn't be a deal breaker. Women should relax. And you are very honest about your approach, you know, towards helping. No. He's honest about his approach towards helping himself achieve his 21 times goal. But you are here and your madam is over there. and your madam also needs to protect herself from breast cancer and cervical cancer, is she allowed to phone a friend?
So no. So
and would you forgive?
Wait,
if she phones a friend?
Wait. So just like I proposed, and the researchers supported the idea that masturbation, pornography, or having another woman is option. They gave the women the option. So yes, vibrator prices and vibrator sales has gone up.
I don't want vibrator. I want another guy. I want a side guy.
Exactly. Since a man can have.
Remember, I mentioned earlier, when women have sex, it comes with emotional currency. Okay. Right? So that I would be unfair. I wouldn't want my woman to do that because she would be depositing emotional currency every time.
Really? No, not truly. No. I disagree.
Let
me tell you. Look at this man.
Wait. I came prepared. Wait.
We too are ready for you.
Women who do olosho, who do prostitution, the data tells us 69% of them are usually under the influence. Take away poverty. Why they are doing it for money? That is their own incentive. Women who strip, they're under the influence. The respectable ladies like you, you are not going to just sleep with anybody.
Dr. Bassi, hold on. Let me.
You are not just going to sleep with anybody. You are going to be emotionally attached.
Dr. Bassi, let me break it down for you.
Yes.
There's a possibility that a woman who loves you can compartmentalize her love. Absolutely. She knows that you are the father of her children, and she respects that. But there's Jerome. He's in her office. He's hot. He's TDH.
He's got 6 packs.
And there's a gym instructor who's different. So she has compartmentalized who does what. Your own is, let's us do missionary and we're okay. Your daddy was
adventure.
Other people have different roles they play. So don't pretend or don't make it look as if women cannot actually
no, that's not my argument. That's not my argument.
Emotionally involved.
No, that's not my argument. The moment you go with that TDH guy who's your gardener or who's the gym guy, the moment you find him with another chick, you get distraught. I don't do that. Because it's basically contractual.
Men do. Men get jealous of their side chick.
Sugar daddies do not want their side chickens.
You are right.
No, I agree. You see this thing about men's jealousy? You don't even want to open that cap today. That one will be
the symposium discussion. Can I go back to what Raya said?
Okay.
We now have a lot of women who are in their masculine energy, tested with testosterone in their body. Women that are able to do business at high level, so they can compartmentalize scientifically. And so we make assumptions that all women are this young mushy. My husband knows, and I don't hide it. My children already know. I am not that person that I'm not going to do YK. I won't go and do 3 months, 2 months, or mugo. I am my husband's lover. Gum, body till forever. So if women can have that level, why are we as men and society not addressing that women can compartmentalize, women can have multiple partners, they can love you, a woman can love you for this, love another one for the way he does this, another one for the way he does this, same way.
No, I totally agree with you. That's not a losing argument for me. Yes, there are some women like that. This thing is not absolute.
But would you accept it for your own wife?
No, that would be a discussion we should have. Honestly, it would be unfair to me. It's not something I would want. But the truth of the matter is, she also knows the kind of husband she's got.
Because in your video, you said that women don't have men are not attracted to you. So, but when you meet a young woman, you go and have. So when you're not attracted to your wife and she needs it and you can't give her, she has to go outside now.
Absolutely, and that's a societal problem. We're seeing that. So, because the men I see in my clinic, remember, my clinic is only a men's clinic. The men I see in my clinic come in with the complaint. Why is it that when I'm with my wife of 15, 20 years, this thing does not wake up? And when I go to my side chick or I see my side chick, it wakes up. And we know the answer. So it's not their fault. One of my own points today is for you ladies to know that when whatever happens, your partner is caught with another woman, it's not because he's in love with that woman. It's a physiological, physical need for him. Yes.
So I have a solution. I'm of the opinion that women reinvent yourself.
Fantastic. Yeah.
And be available. As I am now, as long as I'm alive, I will meet my husband's needs. That's the way I plan to do it. Reinventing myself. Meeting his need, understanding all of that. So is that not a solution you're advocating? That the men sponsor?
Yes. Absolutely.
Because if a man were to spend the side chick money on a wife, he will see something. He will see Arabada, he will see drama.
Exactly.
Look, I'm in support. If my wife can give me 21, if you can give your husband 21, God bless you. Good, God bless you. God bless you. But let's face the reality. Let's face the reality. One of the things that makes men enjoy new marriages is your body's presence of estrogen. That estrogen makes you getting turned on and being lubricated easier, and the man enjoys it. The moment you become menopausal, it becomes a little bit tough.
How about the therapy? Hormonal therapy.
Okay, good. No. So we did the hormonal therapy in 2015. We stopped it in 2018 because it was causing cancer. We did it. Women jumped on it, especially professional women. Their life, look, it was night and day. But then we went back and looked at the study. We started seeing increasing breast cancer, increasing cardiovascular issues, so we backed off. Now, my women that come to my clinic in the US, they have to sign a waiver. I'll put them on estrogen. If they get their estrogen back, their sex life comes back.
Okay, we have to wrap up with you. We have to wrap up.
You see, I'm very sad of this because I can see that Murayo is so sad. She's just thinking of her life, and you know, I'm very sad.
How am I sad? What's sad?
I can't. You go
What's saddening me?
She's just doing like this. She's nodding her head. She's
If God have mercy on you. If God forgive you. We have to wrap up.
Before we wrap up,
what I have gotten, let's give you comments, please. Let's give you comments.
No, not comments. This one is about the first topic.
We have to go. But I think what I would like to take away from this conversation, a final word, is that obviously this sex activity is important from both parties.
Yes.
It's part for men, it's part for women. And I think we should be responsible and there should be full disclosure. However, men want to plan to get their 21. If it's with their wives, it is very possible with your wife if you are consistent. And if you are one of the people like Dr. Abasi,
yes,
you have a conversation with your husband. But I think also our viewers should know that women also have these same needs. And they're equally entitled to have these conversations on how they plan to also meet their own needs.
Yes.
That's all we can take on.
Please, Olu Dayo or something. He said that they should please look at a Bullet Bar Road. Please help us.
All right. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.